This is Amrita Chaudhary from class 8. Today we are going to discuss the chapter Synthetic Fiber and Plastic. In the previous video, we have discussed all types of synthetic fiber. So in this video, we are going to continue that part. So first, blended fiber. When two different types of fibers are blended together, we get a blended fiber. Mostly a synthetic fiber and a natural fiber is blended to get a blended fiber. But two similar fibers are also blended, like both natural fibers, to form the blended fiber. Some examples of blended fiber are polyester plus cotton, which is polycot, and polyester plus wool, which is polywool, and two similar fibers which are the cotton and wool, which is cotton wool. So why do we need to blend two fibers? The natural fibers and the synthetic fibers have their own advantages and own disadvantages. The natural fibers are comfortable to wear and absorb sweat, but the synthetic fibers are not very comfortable and strong, do not wrinkle, and require minimum care. So the best fiber obtained by mixing these natural fiber and synthetic fiber. So it is full of advantages and not any disadvantages. So now, what are the advantages of the synthetic fiber? First, it can hold a heavy weight without breaking. The ability of holding heavy weight without breaking is known as tensile strength. The second is that it has an elasticity. And elasticity refers to get back its original size after it is compressed or stretched. The third is that it is inexpensive. The synthetic fibers are cheaper than the natural fiber. Fourth is that it requires minimum care, as it is an artificial fiber and do not wrinkle after it wash, and it's very strong fiber, so it requires the minimum care. So now, what are the disadvantages of synthetic fiber? The synthetic fiber do not absorb water, and the natural fiber absorb the moisture or water, as we can see. So in summer, when you wear the synthetic fiber, the sweat will trap between a fiber and your skin. The second is that the synthetic fiber melt on heating. So you cannot wear the synthetic fiber in the kitchen or laboratory. It needs very careful ironing. So now, plastics. As we know that a plastic is a polymer and a synthetic fiber. The plastic is categorized on the two bases, which is on the basis of the structure and on the reaction on the heating. So on the based on the structure, it is classified into three groups. Now, linear chain polymer or a plastic. When the monomer is arranged in a straight line, we call it as a linear plastic. And when the branches are added to this linear plastic, it becomes the branch chain plastic. And when the straight line or the linear polymer and the branch chain polymer come together and form the 3D structure, it is known as the cross-linked plastic. The second is that it is classified on the basis of the reaction of heating. So it is classified into the thermosetting plastic and thermoplastic. The thermoplastics are the plastics that get molded on heating or can be changed into the different shapes after heating, and it is when it is cooled it became strong. The examples are PVC, polythene. So now the next is thermosetting plastic. The thermosetting plastic are set that it can only mold once and it do not get softened after the heating. The examples are bakelite and the melamine. So what is the bakelite? A bakelite is a thermosetting plastic which is used to make the electric switches. And the melamine is also the thermosetting plastic which is used in many different types of making the dinner set and decorative items. Now, what are the properties of the plastic? So the first is that thermal conductivity. Thermal means heat and the plastics are the poor conductor of heat. Example is bakelite. It is used in making the electric switches, containers used in micro ovens, containers used in the refrigerator, the handle of the cooking pan, and many more. The second is that electrical conductivity. The plastic is the poor conductor of electricity, so it is used in making the electric switches, covering of the electrical wire. The third is solubility in water. The plastic do not get dissolved in water, so it is used in making the baskets, water bottles, container that is used in storing the water. So now the next is that effects on flame. The plastic get molded or get softened on heating. The third is the unreactivity or non-reactivity. It means that the plastic do not react with the water and air as the other metals corrode in the water and in air. So now characteristics of the plastic. So the first is that it is chemical resistant. The plastic are do not affected when it come contact in the acid or alkali, as the natural fibers get affected in come contact in them. The second is that it is weather resistant. Plastic is non-biodegradable, so it do not affect or do not affected by the water unlike the natural fibers. And third is that it is a lightweight. Plastics are the lightweight, but the natural fibers like cotton, wool and jute are very heavy in weight. So now the next is toughness. It can withstand the lots of weight without breaking. So it is in characteristics of tensile strength. So now it is the insulator. So it is used in making the switches and as we discussed earlier. So now the appearance. The plastic can be made as transparent as the glass. So it is used in making containers. So now waste. There are two types of waste, which is biodegradable and non-biodegradable. The biodegradable waste are the waste that are decomposed by the microorganism. So so now the next is non-biodegradable. So the non-biodegradable are the waste which do not decompose by the microorganisms. The examples are the plastic. So now what are the problems associated with plastic? The first is that on burning the plastic, it do not decomposed by the microorganism present in the soil. So it block the rainwater and hence it is the best place for the mosquitoes. And it is harm the many aquatic animals when it is thrown in the lakes and the rivers. And when the plastic is burned, it produces the toxic gases that causes the air pollution. So now what are the solutions for the problems associated with the plastic? So always use the 5R rule, which is reduce, reuse, recycle, refuse, recover. So you can recycle the plastic and send into the factories and mold again to make again plastic. You can reduce it by taking the cloth bags instead of the plastic bags. So friends, in this video we have discussed about the blended fiber, advantages of synthetic fiber and the disadvantages of synthetic fiber. So how many types of plastics are there and how they are categorized into the different groups, what are the properties of the plastic and what are the characteristics of plastic. there are two types of waste and the problems associated with plastic and what are the solutions associated with plastic, problems of associated with plastic. So friends, thank you.